up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jasmine Simone. So for today's video, I'm going to show you guys like a little back to school hairstyle that you guys can do with this red burgundy wig. So this wig is from Afsister wig. They have great luxurious quality wigs for like a very affordable price. So I would definitely check them out. And it's on Amazon too. And the shipping comes really fast. So if you need like a quick hairstyle for school, then this is definitely the hairstyle for you. And then this wig is a frontal, so you can definitely style it in a bunch of ways. But today I'm going to show you guys how I did like a little side swoop. So I decided to do something different. And then also be sure to stay to the end of the video if you want to see like my full review on this wig, where I talk about like the shedding, the quality of the wig overall, and just pretty much like all the details about it and my experience with this wig. And also, before we get started into this video, if you're new here, be sure to go ahead and click that subscribe button right down below to see more fashion and hair content. And without further ado, let's get right into this video. Okay, y'all, so to start off, I put my cap on, of course, and then I cut out a couple little holes near my ears so that way I can just poke them through. And then after I do this, I'm gonna go ahead with some Got To Be spray and then just spray it around like close to the edges, but not directly on the edges. And then once I spray it all over the place, I'm just gonna let it dry for about 20 minutes, or you can also use a blow dryer if you want to speed up the process, but I prefer to just let it sit so that way it can just really dry on its own. Then after the 20 minutes up, I'm gonna go ahead and take my powder foundation and basically just spread it all over the cap as much as I can, so that way when I do put the wig on, it could just like blend in with the cap and, you know, make it look like it's really coming from my scalp. The powder foundation that I use is from Fenty by Rihanna, but you can use whatever one you want, and I would recommend using powder instead of liquid because liquid tends to be more messy versus powder. It just, you know, stays on the cap and it won't really like seep through your cap and get on your hair. And once I finish putting the powder all over the place, then I'm going to cut the cap, and I'm going to cut it as close to my hairline as possible to get it that natural look when I actually start to glue the wig on. And another tip, you can cut the cap first and then put the powder foundation on after it, but I would prefer to put it on beforehand so that way your cap won't be like lifting on the edges, because when that happens, then it's more visible when you actually put the wig on. So after I cut off the cap, then I'm going to grab my wig, and then as you see, I'm just kind of like placing it to see where it looks best. And then usually there's a little bit of lace left over on the end of the side, so I'm just going to cut that off so that way it can fit my head. And now I'm going ahead and cutting a couple tabs. Now when I do this, I feel like it's easier to place after I put the glue on. And now I am taking the glue and basically just spraying it on like the edge of the cap. Usually I make little dots first, but the top part to my glue had broke off from my last wig install, so unfortunately I'm gonna just do it this way. So you can do it this way too, it still works, but usually I just place little dots and then I spread it and then make sure, you know, it's all spreaded evenly. And then for this wig, I decided to use 3 layers of glue because I really want the wig to last. So you're gonna see me repeat this step 2 times. And also before I add another layer of glue, I do make sure that the glue is like clear and translucent, so that way I know it's kind of dry, and then I go ahead and add another layer. After the glue appears clear, I'm going to go ahead and pull that first tab that I cut off in the middle and just basically place it onto the glue or a little before the glue, and I'm using my rat tail comb to really like push the lace into the glue so that way it can really just like melt into the glue and just make it look really natural. And then I'm going to also do this for the other side as well. So after that, I'm going to take my silk scarf and basically just wrap it around where I just laid the lace down on the glue. And then I'm going to leave this on for like 20 minutes so that way the lace can really melt into the glue and into the skin. So that way it can give it that really nice natural look. And then after the 20 minutes is up, I take it off, and then that's when I begin the process of cutting the lace off. And usually I use this little eyebrow razor that I had got from Amazon. You can get them in like a pack, so I think this one came in a pack of 3, but they're really cheap, and I really like using these for the wig because it makes it really easy. So when I do go ahead and cut the lace off, I usually cut in like a zigzag motion so that way it can really have that natural look. Because if you just like cut it straight, then the lace is going to be very visible and it's not going to look as natural. So definitely be sure to cut it in like a zigzag motion. Now once I cut off all the lace, I'm going to go ahead and get prepared to make the little side swoop. So now as you can see, this hair has a lot of flyaways at the top. So I'm going to show you guys how I basically take care of that situation. But right now I'm just making the part, and this wig doesn't have like a lot of lace space at the top or the sides either. I did just basically go ahead and define the part as much as possible. And now I'm taking my wax stick and basically coming over any flyaway that I see on top of the hair. Now I had got this wax stick on Amazon for pretty cheap as well, and they have a bunch of other options. So I would say definitely check out Amazon for some. And then after I put that on, I'm going to go ahead with my hot comb and really just comb it over so that way it can just all blend in well together. And the hot comb definitely helped that part like lay down a little bit, because like you see it's kind of bumpy since it was just like kind of pulled back on the other side and not the right side. And now I am basically just taking that chunk of hair that I want to create the swoop and going over that with the hot comb. So now to create the swoop and keep it in place, I'm going to go ahead and take my Got2b spray and basically just spray it on top of it. And when you do make your swoop, you really want to make sure you grab the hair very tightly so that way it can like keep in place for like the remainder of the time you have the wig on. So right here I'm just like grabbing it really tightly and then still going over it with the comb to make sure it's all blended well. And then after this I'm going to go ahead with my Got2b maybe like a couple more times and then just smooth it over to really make sure it's nice and smoothed out. And then after I smooth it all out, I'm going to go ahead with a couple bobby pins and place it like behind the ear to keep it in place. And once I finish like placing the swoop, I'm basically just going ahead with my hot comb and just combing over the hair in general. And then I did decide to like, or use my wax stick and just like smooth out any more flyaways that I saw, and using the hot comb after that to like really comb it in. And then for the first time in forever, I decided that I wanted to do a little bit of edges on the other side. So basically I just pulled apart like a little piece of hair, plucked it a little bit, combed it over to make sure all the hair came out. And then I'm going ahead with my eyebrow razor and cut off the hair so that way it can be short. And then I usually just use a little bit of like holding foam to like really place the edges and make sure that it's staying put. And then I just smooth it over with my edge brush to do like a little swoop. I still gotta work on the edges, y'all. That's not really my specialty quite yet, but I think I'll get a hang of it. I definitely should probably get one of those little mini flat irons because I've seen a lot of people use that, and I think that will make the process so much easier. And for the final step, I'm just going ahead with that same powder foundation and just adding it on the part a little bit to make sure that it's really nice and defined and to finish off the natural look. Alright, so now that you guys have watched me install the wig, so this is the turnout of it. As you can see, it's very nice and straight. I did straighten it, and also before I even installed the wig, I did bleach the knots a little bit, and I did go ahead and pluck it. Although it comes pre-plucked already, I still went ahead and plucked it a little bit more just to give it a more natural look. And then this is pretty much like how it comes out. So the knots and everything, a little bit of it is still visible, but overall it still looks pretty natural and it has like a very natural finish. And then also I would highly advise you guys to wash the wig before you install it, because a lot of the dye still came off, so you don't want all that dye to get like on your face and like possibly break you out. So definitely wash the wig before you install it on your head. But anyway, so about the details of this hair. So like I said, this hair is from Afsister wig, and it comes in this very cute box. I really love how this box looks. So then you just pull it out, and then the wig will be in here. Oops. And then it also did come with this little wig cap if you need it, or you can use your own if you have some already. And then I did get this wig on Amazon. So this wig came very fast. It took about maybe, I want to say 2 days to get here. So I'm definitely pleased with the shipping time because it came here very fast. And if you needed like a quick hairstyle like last minute for like an event or something, then you could definitely trust them to send your wig over pretty fast. But overall, so this wig is a 99J wig, which is like a burgundy red color, as you can already tell. And then it is a 13x4 frontal. So this one, it don't have like a lot of like lace on the side, but it was still enough for it to like glue it down. And then since it is a frontal, you can style it in different ways. So you do this little swoop, which is basically what I showed you guys in the video. You could do a side part, a middle part, or you can do like another little design. You could do like 2 braids going in the back into a bun or a ponytail or something like that. So there are so many ways you can definitely style this wig. And then I do plan on showing you guys how you can style stuff differently rather than just installing it with a regular middle part on side part. So definitely stay tuned if you want to see some more wig videos from me. And then this wig is also 20 inches, so it pretty much comes like almost to like the hem of my pants right here. The density of this hair is 150%, so it does have like a nice amount of volume without being like super thick or thin. So I think the density of it is just right. And then one thing about this hair that I do love is that it is really soft. Like I think this is definitely one of the softest wig I had gotten so far. And then I also noticed like so far it hasn't really had any tangles or shedding at all. And I think the pricing of this wig were pretty affordable, definitely for the quality of the hair because of how like nice and soft it is. It was about, I think, $220, and most like colored 99J wigs are usually a little more than that, especially for like 20 inches and above. That is pretty much all I have to say about this wig. I absolutely love it. I love the color and I just love everything about it. I love how soft it feels, like running through my fingers. It just feels very good. So if you want to know more information about this wig, I'll definitely be leaving the link to it down below in the description box. And I think that is pretty much all I have to say. So if you want to see some more wig content from me or some more fashion content, be sure to go ahead and click that subscribe button right down there. Without further ado, I will see you guys in my next video.